Hey everyone, it's LadySweetTart and I am here to give you a little bit of an update. I know I've been off the map for quite a while now, and first of all, I just want to say I'm really sorry about that. I know I kind of left y'all hanging and I do feel really bad about it, and I thought, I really just need to do a video and kind of explain where I'm at. And I was actually originally just going to do like a cast video and just kind of do a voiceover. But then I was like, well, Blakely is about to age up in family dynamics anyway. Maybe I just start recording that and then, kind of talk to you while I do her makeover instead of just doing the makeover off camera like I normally do. So you will see Blakely have her birthday and everything in the next family dynamics, and I am doing it a little bit differently than I normally do, but I don't want to give too much away about that. But needless to say, if you do watch that series, you will see that. But obviously we are at the point where Blakely has just aged up and she has just become a child, and as you can see, desperately needs a makeover. So that's what we are gonna do. It's gonna be a kind of a real-time makeover while I talk to you just about everything that's been going on and just give you an update. But before we get to that, I did give Blakely the whiz kid aspiration. Even from the time she was an infant, she kind of whizzed through all of her milestones, and then she got all fives as a toddler. And I just see Blakely as being like a really smart cookie, and I just thought that suited her, that she would want to get good grades. Along with that, I did give her the bookworm trait. I think I have a custom trait, I want to say it's like intellectual or something like that, but it's not available for children. So some of these I might change when she becomes a teen, just because, we'll have more traits to choose from. But in the meantime, I thought this was the best we could go with. I gave her bookworm and then good, because she's definitely a good kid who tries to do what's right and also cares about others. And then I gave her the perfectionist trait, which is sort of her flaw. Perfectionist can be good, but it can also cause some problems and make life a little more difficult as well. But anyway, yeah, so that's where we're at. And clearly, first things first, we need to give her the right hair color because this ain't it. And I know exactly what happened. It gave her an alpha hair, which I thought sometime back I had removed those. I'm just kind of keeping them in a separate folder and putting them in when I want to use them. But I apparently missed some of them. So first things first, I do want to give her her red hair because that's kind of an important part of Blakely. And I always like to give them, and it probably helps if I'm not on party as well. But yeah, what I was going to say is I always like to give them an updo while I'm kind of doing their little makeover, just because I like to be able to see their face clearly. And I'm going to remove all of these skin details just so we can see her. Wow, she is actually really pretty. For whatever reason, most of my Sims, when they're child Sims, they always look really weird. Even if they're pretty as adults and teenagers. Oh, I hate this glitch when it does this. Let's try again. Yeah, so what I was saying was even if they are really attractive Sims when they're adults or teens or toddlers, for whatever reason, that child age is just an awkward age in my game. I don't know if it has to do with some of my defaults. I really don't know what it is, but a lot of my Sims just don't look very good when they're children. But she aged up super pretty. But what I wanted to talk about was just what's been going on. And wow, those are extreme eyebrows for a child. I don't think I want to give her those. But yeah, I just wanted to update y'all because it's been kind of a content desert from me and I haven't really been uploading. And I thought I really just need to get on here and just kind of explain what's been going on with me. So long story short, I am pretty open about this in general. So if you've been on my channel a while, you probably know, but I do have anxiety. I actually have what's called generalized anxiety disorder, and I get panic attacks sometimes. I'm actually kind of lucky. I don't get them a ton. A lot of people who have it get them a lot more often than I do. What happens more for me is I get these like anxious thoughts to the point where it can become intrusive at times, and I kind of become my own worst enemy. And long story short, my last few videos that I've done and uploaded just haven't done well in terms of like views and comments and likes and stuff like that. And I'd like to say like, I don't care about any of that stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. But the truth is, I do care. Thing is, when you're a creator, you really put your heart and your soul into your content. And when you do that and it doesn't feel like anyone else really cares about it, it can be really demotivating. And then when you have something like anxiety, it just becomes worse. Like for me, I just started getting these thoughts of like, well, it's because you suck. Like, you're not any good at this. Like my thoughts just prevented me from wanting to make content. Like, I would sit down and I would be like, I really need to record. Like, I haven't released Disney Princess in a while. I haven't released, people are going to want to see The Bachelor. They're going to want to see Family Dynamics. But when I would sit down and record, I would just get like this anxiety and I would get like this block. And like, I would get really nervous and anxious and I'm like, I can't do it. And it just kind of got to the point where I stopped trying because like when I did, I just felt so anxious about it. And I'm not doing a very good job of like trying to do this makeover while I'm talking. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to like try to focus a little bit more. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Around the first of the year, I actually started incorporating a lot of fitness, and I've actually even started running, which was really a surprise to me because I never thought I'd be a runner. But it's actually helped me not only like feel better physically, but it's really done a lot for my anxiety. And so I'm kind of in a better place, and I really do feel like I can start doing this again. But I kind of don't feel like I'm ready to like full force go back into 3 different series. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I kind of feel like sometimes when you're away from a series for too long, not only do you all like probably not care, but then I feel like I'm not as invested either. So I don't know. I was thinking I might just ease back into things. Obviously, I was really inspired to get back in with this family. It's kind of like my little comfort save. And, the Woodrose family always makes me feel like all warm inside. So this seemed like an easy one to start. Plus, I was kind of excited about Blakely's makeover. So this one is the overlay that Blakely had as a toddler. And it does still look really pretty on her. I don't know though. Now I'm looking at these eyebrows, like they just don't look Blakely. They look kind of harsh. So anyway, that is where I've been at. And I hope it doesn't seem too silly to some of you like that I would stress so much about like views and comments and stuff like that. But like, it's kind of like my only way that I can really gauge like how excited you are about what I'm doing or how much you're feeling it. It's really just the only thing that we have to go by. So I hope that makes sense. I like these eyebrows a lot better. She's definitely looking more like Blakely to me now. But yeah, I just kept thinking that. And then I was like, I'm going to do a cast video and update them. And then I had a hard time even with that because I would like start to make a sim. And I'm like, no, this sim's ugly. Like, this sim is not like this beautiful sim that everyone wants to see. So like, I got discouraged that way as well. And then, like I said, I just kind of got this idea that like maybe we just do Blakely's makeover and talk. And like now I'm thinking maybe it wasn't such a good idea because like I'm not focusing on this as probably as much as I should. But anyway, I think that's basically where we're at. But what I did want to say is one thing that I thought about instead of trying to get back into all 3 series like at one time. Because just the idea of that seems so overwhelming to me. But I mean, like if I don't want to do anything either that upsets you all. I've already made you like wait so long. Like I don't want to like have someone listen to this and be like, oh, great, like she's not going to do like Disney Princess or Bachelor, whatever your favorite series is. But my idea, actually, I have had a save set up since the summer. So it's been a long time for just a short series, which is actually the 7 Infant Challenge. Ever since infants came out, I have wanted to do a 7 Infant Challenge. And the save is all set up. Like I've got the infants, I've got the adult sim, I've got everything. The house, everything's set up. Like it's ready to go. So I thought that might be a fun way to get back into it, you know, something different and something that's not going to last a long time. But I don't know what y'all think about that. And then obviously once that's over, we would get back into the regular series. I definitely kind of want to do it, but I do want to hear what you think as well, because I do want to take your opinions into consideration too. Ooh, that one's really pretty. This windflower one, this actually used to be my default skin for a while. Oh, that one's really pretty too. Blakely's just too pretty. It's making it hard for me to choose an overlay. But this kind of gives you an idea too of how I do my makeovers. I don't know, like I'm always interested to see that from other creators. Like I always like seeing their process. But yeah, this is what I do. I usually just start by giving them an updo, and then I pick the eyebrows and pick an overlay for them, and then just do all the skin details. I'm just gonna keep going back to this one that she had as a toddler, because like I always liked it, and I'm just trying to figure out if I like any of these new ones better. This one looks really nice too though. This is exactly why I usually do this off camera, because I make these makeovers take so long because I just keep going over things and I'm so indecisive about it.
2,000 years later.
You know, I really do think that I like the one she had as a toddler. And maybe it's just because that's like what I'm used to seeing and that is what looks normal to me, but I definitely think I like that one better. And then I do actually most of the time like to use the skin detail eyelashes, just because I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of lazy and I don't like applying lashes to every single outfit. Plus, if you want to put glasses on one of your Sims, it's kind of nice because you don't have to worry about like, not having eyelashes just because you're using glasses. So, and since she is a red-haired Sim, I do like to use like a more brown color lash instead of like a black one. These lashes, by the way, that I'm using are by Sims. And I love them because they just look so natural. And I feel like they look really good whether you're doing like a Maxis Match style Sim or like an Alpha style Sim. Like I think it just looks good no matter what. And Blakely most definitely has freckles. So I'm actually going to start with the ones that I know she had. This one when she was a toddler, but I think since she is a child now, I might go a little heavier on the freckles, because that's kind of what happens, like as you get older, the freckles get a little more prominent. And I do like this one because it gives like freckles on the body too. And as someone who has freckles myself, I know, like, at least for me, I have even more freckles on my body than I do on my face. So I kind of get annoyed with the ones where it's just on the face, just because I feel like that's not the case for most of us that have freckles. So there's definitely a couple other good ones I have as well, but the ones that I am using on Blakely are by Nolan Sims. I've also been really into using this blush overlay by Peachy Fairy. It not only adds color to the cheeks, but to the bodies as well. And since Blakely is a natural redhead, I definitely want to make sure she has a little bit of that redness to her complexion. But something I do try to do when I'm doing my makeovers is I do try to use at least most of the skin detail slots, just because I think it gives your Sim a little bit more character. It makes them look a little bit more unique. I'm actually I don't usually use these cheek overlays, but like, I'm kind of liking how this looks on her. This is actually so much fun for me because I really do think that Blakely is one of the prettier child Sims I've had in my game. Granted, I am a little biased because she's got red hair, and red-haired Sims are just extra special to me. I mean, all the hair colors are beautiful, but I don't know, there's just something about red-haired Sims. Oh, this is what we have to give her here. We have to give her dimples because Blakely not only has freckles, but she has dimples too. And I wrote down which one she had because I knew I wouldn't remember. This was the dimples she had as a toddler. I don't know if I like the way that they look as much though on the child Sims. Like, the thing with dimples, I love using them, but I have found that sometimes they hit really weird on the cheeks, and like if they don't hit in the right spot, it just doesn't look like natural, you know, because they should be kind of in a place where like it creases when they smile. And so like if they're too high or they're too low, they don't look right. Maybe this was the one she had, because it looks like this might have been that one, but kind of grayed out a little bit. Sometimes the nose overlays look a little strange, I think, on the child Sims, but I don't know. I think this one looks really cute, so I think I'm gonna give her it. And then I always like to use like a lip tint, and this Lumia lip tint, I don't always use this one, but probably I'd say 8 times out of 10 it's the one I use, just because, I don't know, I just think it looks really natural, and it almost even adds like just a tiny bit of texture to the lips, so I just think it kind of gives it that more natural kind of look. Lumia just makes some really great stuff overall, I think. And I want to make sure I give Blakely some mouth corners because she is a happy, sweet kind of kid, so it definitely fits her. And then lately, I've really been into like using like these little details too, like they have like brow details, cheek details, eye details, mouth details. And I discovered that I actually had some CC in here that like I didn't even realize I had. And these ones that I'm using are by Sammy XOX. I think I really like this one on her. And once I get all the skin details the way that I want, I move on to picking a hair. And I definitely get the feeling for Blakely that she is a girly girl kind of girl, so I want to keep that in mind when I pick a hair for her. Okay, so after much indecision and deliberation, I decided to give Blakely these cute little braids. One of the things that I liked about this hairstyle was I can actually add like a little bow to it, and I definitely feel like Blakely is a bow kind of girl. So anyway, I'll probably just go ahead and finish up with her outfits and everything, and then show you everything once I'm done. So what I ended up doing for Blakely's outfits is I kind of went along with what I had been doing before, and I gave her 5 everyday outfits and 5 sleepwear outfits, just because I feel like those are the outfits that we see the most. And I have to say, I had so much fun making her over because Blakely is a little girly girl, and that is my favorite style to do. So you will see I did give her lots of like pinks and yellows and baby blues, just because I kind of feel like that's just Blakely's vibe. And I tried to be mindful. It's the very last day of winter in the game, and so we're going into spring. So I tried to, oh, that's not what I want. I tried to dress her accordingly. I do try to keep in mind when I pick my Sims outfits, you know, what season it is. So those are her everyday looks, and then this is her formal look. I couldn't resist giving her this dress. I just thought, oh my gosh, that is a formal dress right there. And being that it's spring, it might still be a little chilly, but I just couldn't help myself. And then that's her activewear, and her sleep was the one that I gave her 5 different outfits in that as well. And I was surprised at how many cute PJs I actually had. I didn't realize I had so many cute PJs for child Sims, but I guess that's the advantage of being a CC addict. It does pay off sometimes. And then this is her party and her swimwear and hot weather and cold weather. So anyway, I really hope you like the makeover that I gave for Blakely. I am so excited because I just have so many plans for her and for all of them. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit different type of video. And, I am sorry again that I didn't give you all an explanation sooner, but hopefully it helps just to know where I've been, and I do plan to get back into it. But let me know in the comments below as well what you think about the idea of maybe kind of easing back into things and doing the 7 infant challenge and what you think about that. So I don't want to say too much about it, but I will say I think I have like an interesting take for it that will be fun and entertaining. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. And also let me know in the comments below what you think about Blakely's makeover. Of course, you will see her age up in the next Family Dynamics. I've really missed you all, so it was really nice to sit down and just talk with all of you. Again, I apologize for being away so long, but you really are all the best. I know I say that all the time, but you really are. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Bye.